Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon, everyone else. Good afternoon. Great. My name is Colin Bartholomew, Program Dean at the Cipriani College of Legal and Corporate Studies, and we would like to get this afternoon on the week. So to begin, I'd like to invite you to stand as we sing along the national anthem, and then we'll remain standing for an opening prayer by Pastor William Kett. Chairman of our board believes anthem must be sung, so we will sing along musical accompaniment. Forth from the love of liberty in the paths of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Father, we glorify you. We magnify your name because you're God. We exalt your name today above every other name. And we give you praise. We thank you for the honor being here today. We thank you for what you're about to do in this place, oh God, as you touch the hearts of every life that is gathered here today. Father, there are some things we are about to learn about that we never even understood. But if you did not have a debate, we will not understand it. So we give you the praise. You have seen the divine invention, things that you have placed, Lord God, in these earthen vessels. You say that your treasure is hidden in these earthen vessels, and you continue to bring forth your creative power and your knowledge and your understanding to us so that we will not make mistakes, God. We give you praise and we thank you for your blessing on the proceedings today. May you touch every heart. I cancel every spirit of fear and intimidation in the name of Jesus. And God, we give you the glory, the honor, and the praise for such a great opportunity. We know, God, it's not just a competition. It's about knowledge. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding. And we know all understanding came from you. In Jesus' name, we ask your blessing. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Kelly. I invite you, everyone, to take their seats, please.
Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. You are located at the CLR James Auditorium. There are no planned drills today. In the event of an emergency, you will hear an alarm. Once the alarm is good, please proceed to the nearest exit, either to the right of the stage or to the back of the auditorium, making a left and to exit the stairs. Once outside, you are required to gather at the open playing field, and only when the building is cleared by the college's safety stairs as you exit the auditorium or to the left of this table. Be reminded that this is a no smoking facility. Eating and drinking are not permitted in the auditorium, and do enjoy yourself at the college.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Carlos Carraspi, Commissioner of Prisons, and dare I say, a friend of the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. Cheryl Felix, representative of the National Drug Council. Other representatives of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Program deans at the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies and other staff of the Cipriani College. Specially invited guests. Teams, both Cipriani College and represented the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Great. My name is Colin Bartholomew, and just to reintroduce myself, I'm the Program Dean for Cooperative Studies here at the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies, and I'd like to welcome you to this esteemed event. I always invite everyone and give everyone that warm welcome to these corridors of this esteemed institution. Now, today, we will have a solid event, and it will be an event that will surround a debate, arguments, but of course, within a controlled environment. Today, we will be discussing the topic, be it resolved, Trinidad and Tobago be converted to a cashless society. So this is the introduction to help you to manage your expectations for today's events. But before we get further into today's session, I would like to welcome Mrs. Alana Flores, Deputy Dean at Cipriani College, to just deliver some welcome remarks on behalf of the college. Mrs. Flores.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed. So our distinguished guests, welcome. Of course, family, friends, supporters, the teams, everybody welcome. I'm especially excited. I don't know how you all feel. I'm excited to hear this debate, to be a part of this process. And it is my privilege to welcome you all to Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. On this occasion, as we gather to engage in debate on the topic, which is of critical importance to the future of our nation, be it resolved that Trinidad and Tobago be converted to a cashless society. So I'm really interested in hearing the viewpoints on this because, of course, it is something that is immediate, something that, it's right in front of us. In fact, we are living it already, all right? So today's debate represents the second leg of the debate competition held to celebrate Restorative Justice Week. As such, this exercise is meaningful to us at Cipriani College. This debate is more than an engagement of arguments. It is a powerful exercise in critical thinking, collaboration, and civic responsibility. It underscores the mission of our college in promoting social justice and fostering intellectual growth and meaningful dialogue. Today's event exemplifies some of our own values here at the college, not only our dedication to social justice, but an unwavering commitment to examining societal challenges through informed perspectives, engaging with diverse viewpoints, and striving for innovative solutions. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the representatives of Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service for collaborating with us on this intellectual exchange. to our students and the debaters for their courage, preparation, and passion, and to the supporters, all of you, for adding even greater significance to this occasion. On behalf of the Director of Cipriani College of Labor and Co-Operative Studies, Dr. Andre Vincent Henry, I am immensely proud of the work being done here to shape not only the informed citizens, but future leaders who will make impactful contributions to our society. It is my hope that this debate will inspire each of us to reflect deeply on all the implications of a cashless society and how it aligns with our shared vision for a progressive and inclusive Trinidad and Tobago. Let us embrace this opportunity to listen, learn, and challenge our perspectives with the utmost respect and integrity. I wish all the participants, both sides, all the very best. And I look forward to the stimulating exchange of ideas that will undoubtedly emerge from this important dialogue. Thank you, and may today's debate serve as a beacon of the power of education and collaboration. God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Flores. Next, I'd like to invite the President of the Guild, Mr. Rahim John, to just bring some greetings on behalf of the Cipriani Guild of Students. Please welcome Mr. John.
Standing on all protocols observed, a pleasant good afternoon to all gathered here this afternoon, to our prison service representatives, to our student guild representatives, to all visitors, both here and online, good afternoon. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as the President of the Student Guild at Cipriani College. I am delighted to extend warm welcome to everyone present at this exciting debate competition. Today, we gather not only to showcase the power of words, but also to engage in a thought-provoking exchange of ideas on an important and timely topic facing our society. Firstly, the Student Guild Executive and the entire student population would like to extend best wishes and good luck to all the participants of Cipriani College. Secondly, we would like to express our gratitude to the prison service for partnering with us in this intellectual endeavor. The collaboration between Cipriani College and the prison service is a testament to the value we placed on dialogue, understanding, and mutual respect. As we celebrate Restorative Justice Week, today our topic, be it resolved that Trinidad and Tobago be converted to a cashless society, is one that holds significant implications for our nation's future. As we delve into the intricacies of this resolution, we will explore the potential benefits and challenges of transitioning into a cashless society. From enhanced financial security and convenience to concerns about inclusivity and digital literacy, this debate promises to be both enlightening and stimulating. In addition to the primary topic, we would also like to acknowledge the underlying theme of restorative justice that connects our institutions. Restorative justice emphasizes the importance of repairing harm, rebuilding relationships, and fostering a sense of responsibility and accountability. In the context of today's debate, let us remember that our goal is not only to persuade, but also to listen, understand, and learn from one another. As we embark on this intellectual journey, we encourage all participants to approach the debate with open minds and respectful attitudes. Let us celebrate the diversity of thought and the richness of perspective that each speaker brings to the table. May this competition serve as a platform for growth, reflection, and meaningful discourse. In closing, the Students' Guild Executive extend best wishes to all the debaters. May your arguments be compelling, your delivery confident, and your engagement impactful. To the judges, thank you for your time and expertise in evaluating their performances. And to the audience, thank you for your presence and support, and may the best team prevail. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. John. Next, I'd like to invite to bring greetings on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. I'd like to invite the Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Carlos Carraspi, to the microphone to deliver greetings.
Good afternoon, all. The moral of this story, Mr. Bartholomew, is when you come to these programs, get your program. That way you would know that you are listed to speak. Let me take the opportunity on behalf of myself and the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service to wish you all, it's too late in the year for me to say Happy New Year's. So let me ask, my prayer for you all is a bright and prosperous 2025 in all of your personal and professional pursuits. Let me also take the opportunity to wish the debate teams, both the University of the Prisons and the COSTAT, not the COSTAT, Cipriani, sorry, and the Cipriani team, all the very best. And I know this is the second iteration. The first would have been when we launched the Restorative Justice Week in November last year. And the return leg was supposed to be early in December, but I am also told that Cipriani could not make the wait. So we are here today. So let us hope that they make the wait and we have a good debate. Much has occurred since the last or the first of these debates. Christmas came, indeed New Year's came, but just before that, we had the declaration of a state of emergency in Trinidad and Tobago. And right on the cusp of that declaration, we had the brutal murder of Mr. Randall Hector, who, as it turns out, his funeral was today. And I attended that funeral in St. Joseph. And I draw that sad occurrence to your attention simply for us to understand, as I think is stated in the book of Ecclesiastes, that where there is life, there is hope. And this debate, in addition to all that we do as a prison service in terms of our rehabilitation programming, is to ensure that those persons who find themselves in the jurisdiction of the prisons for the time being, that they can see the opportunity for us to move away from that place of crime and criminality to a place of hope and prosperity for all of us as a nation. And that prosperity comes with small steps. In the case of those of us who have a responsibility to work and to function for the prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago, as prison officers, as educators, and in whichever walk of life that we find ourselves, to apply ourselves diligently to the job that is at hand to ensure that prosperity. But that is even more so for those who find themselves in a disadvantaged position, as indeed those persons who are incarcerated, to see with these small footsteps, as you took part in preparing and researching for this debate, of what is possible, and to not lose hope of those possibilities. The nation cannot afford it. The nation simply cannot afford it. And to the extent that you lend yourself to these programs, as small as they are, and make these little footsteps, you will find yourselves in a place where you can take responsibility for the choices that you make. And I promise you, when you make better choices, the outcomes will be different. They will be different, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that for you, this is not just about a debate, but it's our journey along your move from incarceration to freedom, and from freedom to be productive citizens. That is what this is all about. So, as I said on the first occasion, to the winner go the spoils, but let us be sure that everybody who participates in this debate is a winner. So thank you so very much. Again, to the stakeholders of the prison service, let me take the opportunity as well to thank you for the continuous work that you do under our shared responsibility model of correction. As I often say, just as it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to rehabilitate an offender. The prison service cannot do it alone, and we count on you giving of your good time, giving of your good effort to ensure that we can have persons who, when they leave the prison, are rehabilitated to make a better contributions to the society. Thank you again to the Cipriani Labor and Cooperative College and College of Cooperative Studies for hosting us this afternoon, and let us have a good debate. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Karaspi, for those words of encouragement and, of course, challenge. Confidence is abound when you can come on the home turf and show your weight around. So we anticipate a lively debate here this evening. Thank you so much. So, of course, as we get into the debate, it's important that we just manage our expectations. So, as the moderator this afternoon, we will be going through a number of rounds here this afternoon as we enter into the debate. The two teams, one in the affirmative and the other in the negative. So each will be offered 5 minutes to deliver an opening in the first round. There will be a short break, no longer than 3 minutes, and then we will have a cross-examination by each team, beginning with the affirmative and followed by the negative. That again will be punctuated by a short break where each team will be given just about 4 minutes to deliver rebuttals on each side, once again being punctuated by a short break and then a conclusion from each team. This afternoon, I have a timekeeper. You will hear a bell being rung. Once all is well, we will only have a ding. If time is exceeded, we will have the long time school bell, clatang, 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 to end that delivery at that point in time. So the teams have been prepped. As Commissioner Karaspi indicated, this is the second round or the second incarnation of the debate, and we will be moving smoothly into that part of this afternoon's proceedings as we welcome the teams to participate. But before we do that, we must also introduce our panel of judges. So the judges have been contributed by both parties, both the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service and the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. So I will take this opportunity now to introduce the judges, and as I introduce them and read their short bio, at the end of me reading the bio into the record, the respective judge will just stand to be acknowledged. So first we have Ms. Sandra Bashir, who will be the chief judge here this evening. And Ms. Bashir is an event management consultant and trainer with some 40 years of industry experience. She holds an MBA in hospitality and tourism, and she has recently concluded her doctoral studies and awaiting her graduation. She has worked in the public service for over 30 years, where she had oversight for all government events, inclusive of CARICOM and Commonwealth heads of government meetings, state and official visits, inaugural ceremonies, the 1999 Miss Universe, and the FIFA Under-17 tournament, amongst others. She has been part of the adjunct faculty of the Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business for the past 20 years, where she lectures on the George Washington University Professional Certificate Program. Finally, Ms. Bashir is currently engaged in writing a book on do's and don'ts of event management. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Sandra Bashir. Great, and Ms. Bashir is no stranger to the corridors of the Cipriani College. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Julia Alexander Sancho. Now, Dr. Alexander Sancho is a doctor of ministerial studies with over 20 years of committed and dedicated service to our beloved nation. She is the proud author of 2 books, which is part of the intellectual property at NALIS. A crowned archabbess at the SEU Spiritual Baptist Church, she is also a recognized marriage officer in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and a licensed massage therapist. With a record of distinct service, she also possesses a doctorate of divinity with honors. At present, she is a champion and a proud minister of the gospel. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Alexander Sancho. Next, we have Ms. Adriana Archer. Now, Ms. Archer is the Program Dean for Security Administration and Emergency Management at this esteemed institution, the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. She is a former police sergeant with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, where she was assigned to the Western Division and the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, in Port of Spain. Ms. Archer holds a Master of Science degree in Criminology and Criminal Justice, a postgraduate diploma in Mediation Studies, and a Bachelor of Science degree in Government from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, and I dare also say, a warm and charming personality as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Adriana Archer. Ms. Denise Ferguson is employed at the Caribbean Industrial Research Institute, Kariri, as the Executive Manager, Entrepreneurship development, and innovation. She has over 30 years' experience in both public and private entities, and she has worked in various disciplines, including accounting, human resources, health and safety, innovation, and entrepreneurship. She is also an experienced trainer. She is also lead auditor for ISO 9001, senior lead auditor for ISO 45001, and a certified compensation and global remuneration professional with certificates in occupational health and safety, industrial relations, counseling, project management, protocol, grant, proposal writing, and innovation. Ms. Ferguson holds a BSc in management from the University of London, a postgraduate diploma in human resource management from the University of the West Indies, and an MSc in human resource management from the UWI Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business, and has recently graduated, having completed requirements for Bachelor of Arts degree in labor studies at the Cipriani College. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Denise Ferguson. Mr. Trevor Johnson, he is a senior fellow at the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies since 2023. He is also a member of the World Executive Board, Uniglobal Union, since the year 2000, and the Vice President of Uni Americans, the regional sector of Uniglobal Union, from 2012 to the present. He is also the Vice President of the Uni Americas finance sector since 2006, and is the Assistant General Secretary of the Joint Trade Union Movement of Trinidad and Tobago since 2016 to present. He also serves on the ILO 144 committee since the year 2019. Formerly, he served as the General Secretary for the Big Woo between 2002 and 2022, and was appointed as the Deputy Chairman of the Board of Governors of the Cipriani College, that stint from 2018 to 2002. Currently, he continues to serve the college with distinction and pride as a senior fellow, and he has offered himself to serve this afternoon as a judge for this debate. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Trevor Johnson. All right, so we have Mr. Michael Lucien as well. Mr. Lucien is a retired protocol officer and event specialist and public servant assistant with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, a director of dance at the Malik Folk Performance Company, and a director on the board of the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. With an extensive background in adjudication, he has judged at competitions under the umbrellas of the National Carnival Bands Association, NCBA, NJAC, the National Joint Action Committee, TUCO, Trinbago Unified Calypso Organization, the Prime Minister's Best Village Competition, the National Carnival Commission's Kings and Queens Competition, and our internal interstation debates competition, Calypso Monarchs, and many more. Mr. Michael Lucien. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, and finally we have Ms. Lynette Duncan, short and sweet. Ms. Duncan has been involved in the arts and culture and has been adjudicating for the past 25 years and regularly gives of her time and expertise in judging for these and similar types of events. Miss Lynette Duncan? Yes, Miss Duncan. Fantastic. Okay, so the judges have been introduced. So I would like to offer the teams the opportunity now to introduce themselves. You can utilize the microphone. I will begin with the team from the University of the Prisons. And each member will just come to the mic and just introduce themselves in no more than 20 seconds. So we can begin. Anyone from the team? And you all can follow smoothly so we can have it completed quickly.
Hi, a pleasant good afternoon to each and every one. Honorable judges, specially invited guests, our worthy opponents, we are Team All-Stars, and I am Prashant Maharaj, and I will be doing the opening for today. Thank you.
Pleasant good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed judges, and fellow debaters. I am Nkosi Corbin, and for this debate, I'll be doing the cross-examination for Team All-Stars.
A special good afternoon to our worthy opponents, esteemed judges, and specially invited guests. I am Kelly Phillip from Team All-Stars, and I will be doing the research. Thank you.
Pleasant good day, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our worthy opponent. I'm Junior Barak, and I'll be the respondent for today.
Pleasant good day, ladies and gentlemen, specially invited guests, worthy opponents. Nice to see you all again. Today, I will be doing the rebuttal for Team All-Stars. My name is Shastri Jagru, and we'll see you all in a few.
Blessed good afternoon to one and all. My name is Andy Leon, and I'll be doing the closing for us this time this afternoon. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kerry Valentino. I'll be the researcher for this afternoon for Team All-Stars.
Thank you to the team. I'd like to invite the team from Cipriani College to just introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, esteemed judges, University of the Prison members, and to everyone else. My name is Salim John, and I'll be doing the opening for the Cipriani team.
Yes, a pleasant good afternoon to all. Welcome to Cipriani Labour College. Again, nice meeting again, our worthy opponents from the University of Prisons. And we are really glad to be here today to engage in this debate. I am Libert Phillip, and I would be your questioner for the Cipriani side.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, our worthy opponents. I am Marisha John, and I am one of the researchers for the winning team, Cipriani College.
Pleasant good afternoon to everyone who decided to be here today. My name is Isaiah Khalil Hamid, and I am the answerer for Team Cipriani. All I would like to say is thank you for being here today. Time is a precious resource. You're never going to get it back, so thank you for choosing to spend it here. To my respected commissioner, though, do not worry. The wait is indeed here today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Junior Barnett, and I will be doing the rebuttal for the Cipriani Labour College team. I am pleased and glad to see our opponents from the last occasion, and I wish them well. But thank you.
Good evening to everyone. I am Maria Samuel. I will be the closer representing the Cipriani team. Good evening and good luck.
Pleasant good afternoon, all protocols observed. My name is Arnaldo Russell. I will be the researcher here for our lovely team, our team success. To my fellow debaters, the race is not pretty swift, but who can endure to the end? And I pray that you accept defeat gracefully.
Thank you so much to the two teams. Ladies and gentlemen, the formal debate has not begun as yet, but clearly there is some, as we say in local parlance, sizing up taking place. Thank you so much to everyone for those introductions. So, I like this. We warm, you know, waxing warm, you know, persons eager to deliver on both sides, and we are about to enter the guile. So, without any further ado, we would like to commence the debate. As indicated, there will be the opening, a break, cross-examination, a break, rebuttal, and of course, the conclusion. The contributions will be timed. Team Green, University of the Prisons, you ready? Team Cipriani, Team Blue, you ready? Audience, are we ready? All right. I allow that brief introduction because when we get into debate, please, there will be no prompting. There will be no, no taunting until contributions have been concluded. Teams have been prepared and clearly they are ready to make their contributions. So we would like, respect when their delivery is being made. And of course, at the end of the contribution, then we can all join in. So, Team Affirmative, you will be opening. Your opener will be given 5 minutes to deliver the opening. And Team Negative, you will be allowed 5 minutes to deliver your opening. So, I would like to invite Team Affirmative to go to the microphone, and the timing will begin on my count. Let's begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or not, change is inevitable. A cashless society is one where financial transactions are conducted primarily through digital payments. Global mobile payments over 150 billion per day. Card payments close to 200 billion per day, and global wire transfer over 5 trillion per day. Trinidad and Tobago, my dear friends, were once fearful of moving from carbureted engine to fuel injected, and now we drive hybrid, and today is similar, except no one is giving up their bank cards and no one is protesting in these halls about the use of cashless methods to pay their tuition fees. As citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we cannot be blinded by the criminal activities involving cash that still has our nation in fear and uproar. Recall in 2013, when a grand total of $3 million was taken from a Sentinel security van, the end result, murder. In 2022, the Pennywise Supercenter robbery. Fast forward to 2023, police service reported citizens were robbed of more than $1 million in cash after leaving financial institutions, and not forgetting the Trin City heist where bandits fled with over $17 million TT and $150. These unfortunate incidents could have been avoided had a cashless society been embraced. We are certain our worthy opponents will try to mislead this esteemed audience that our country lacks the infrastructure to facilitate a cashless society. However, World Bank President Mr. Ajay Banja stated that the shift towards a cashless society is an opportunity to empower people and ensure financial services are accessible to everyone, especially the unbanked. Digital advancements has catapulted many countries around the world into a cashless society. The COVID-19 pandemic was the trigger for people wanting a contactless way to make payments. Cashless transactions help reduce physical contact, mitigating health risks associated with handling cash. It was successful, so going cashless is not impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, Norway is a cashless country with only 2% of its population making payments by cash and 100% of its population having a bank account. Norway paves the way, followed by Finland, Sweden, China, South Africa, and even India, just to name a few. Trinidad and Tobago have partnered with India to implement a system similar to its unified payment interface, which will make our nation the leader in the Caribbean region to enforce the shift towards a cashless society. Dealing with security and fraud, physical cash is prone to theft, counterfeiting, and loss. In contrast, digital transaction can be secured with encryption, multi-factor authentication, and biometric verification. Even the cybercrime unit of Trinidad and Tobago has technological systems that detects and tracks fraudsters and illicit activities. Addressing the issue of financial inclusion for the unbanked and underbanked, a cashless society can now bridge this gap by allowing technology to provide digital financial solutions through digital payment interface. The Trinidad and Tobago International Finance Center has implemented a holistic approach through collaboration with other government to identify and strengthen existing policies so no one is left behind. Lastly, the central bank demonetization scheme in 2019 cost taxpayers a staggering $98.46 million to print new notes and mint coins. Now, a cashless society will enable us to foster a more innovative and creative technological system.
Thank you, sir. Theme of motive in the opening. I'd like to invite Team Negative to deliver their opening.
As I would have said before, I am not the opener, but I'd like them to confirm that they said 2% of the population uses cash. I'd like to fact check that because that is an inaccuracy. Or then, according to our CSO Financial Inclusion Report, over 25% of our population is unbanked.
Just to verify, do we have the opener? No. All right, so let's have the opener, please. All right, just to advise, there are penalties, but that will not be tolerated moving forward. So let's have the opener from Team Negative. All right? Your time will begin now.
Please allow me to stand on existing protocols. We on this side firmly oppose the conversion of Trinidad and Tobago to a cashless society for a number of reasons, mainly financial exclusion of vulnerable socio-economic groups, threats to cybersecurity, and lack of adequate legislative and technological frameworks. Let's be careful to distinguish between a cashless society and one that uses less cash, which we already use and fully endorse. According to Akinola in 2012, a cashless society exists where all payments are electronic. Satori et al. Reported in April 2022, this definition was supported. Many choose cashless due to convenience, speed, and the evolving capabilities of digital technology. For example, the United States of America, against whose economy ours is pegged, still uses a hybrid system for good reasons, and so should we. We acknowledge the benefits to cashless transactions, but cashless society is another matter. 25% of our population are unbanked as they cannot afford a financial account and therefore cannot participate in a cashless society. Are you proposing we abandon 300,000 plus citizens? Consideration must be given to the probability of leaving a huge segment of the population in a state of deprivation and dependency on others. Our intent is not scaremongering, but reality checks. TNT's government and financial institutions still grapple to find ways to facilitate the needs of all citizens, especially those living below the poverty line. They barely afford basic needs, can't send their children to school, much less have bank accounts, access to technology, data, or even own devices. Yes, there are still those who ask for a phone call. What is to happen in a power outage? And you have no cash to make a purchase. What about the vulnerable groups, the minimum wage earners, the pump attendants, the grocery wrappers? They depend on tips. What about the MSME, the doubles vendors, the fruit stalls? Our position is for financial inclusion, not exclusion. What systems are in place to equip the population with financial digital literacy? Some may argue that crime can be minimized in a cashless society. What about white-collar crime? Recall TSCT was hacked. Our own Prime Minister's data was stolen. Massey Store's data was breached. Even NIBTT fell prey to cyber attacks. The Bank of America was also hacked, where user data, including account information, was stolen, create opportunities for increased kidnappings for ransom. How many of you have seen or known someone with a bag containing millions of dollars? Because they use Bitcoin, is it safe? Transnational crimes are funded how? ISIS funding, the dark web, all cashless transactions. The idea that a cashless society will have less crime is an oversimplification. The Minister of Digital Transformation in the fifth sitting of the House on October the 8th, 2024, referred to a society of less cash, not cashless. He stated that the necessary legislative framework was still in the drafting process. He recommended we use the term less cash rather than cashless, as that is exactly what it depicts. He also proffered that there is currently no society that has successfully outlawed the use of cash. The minister spoke of financial inclusion, not exclusion. The lack of proper legislative framework means there are no adequate systems of supervision, regulation, and accountability. Cashless society requires careful planning, robust infrastructure, and adaptive strategies to eliminate or minimize risk to ensure that the transition, when feasible, is smooth and successful. But are we there yet? Before we can contemplate conversion to a cashless society, let's heed the advice of the UN. In their Sustainable Development Goals report, they advised that the improvement to regulation was necessary, that the need to build resilience of the poor and those in vulnerable situations would reduce the exclusion bracket. Having said all, cashless is where the world is heading, but we are not there yet. Hastening to lead the charge where powerful angels dare to tread would be foolhardy. Effective impact risk assessment has to be our starting point. So we say no to converting Trinidad and Tobago to a cashless society. Let's maintain the hybrid system.
Thank you very much for that opening, Team Negative. And we have received both openers. So now both teams will have the opportunity in this short break, 3-minute break, just to prepare for the cross-examination. So now we'll have a short break, 3 minutes, for teams to prepare for the cross-examination. And please allow me to acknowledge Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Sherwin Bruce. Good afternoon, sir.
May I have your attention, please? And this is for the benefit of both teams. Just a reminder that cell phones are to be used.
Okay. So teams have been grouped, and the next round will be for an opportunity for cross-examination. Each team will have 4 minutes here to cross-examine the opposite team on any information that has been presented, and of course, lay their position on the table. So, I'd like to invite Team Affirmative to deliver cross-examination. 4 minutes. Just also before the time begins, there will be a 1-minute bell. So the first ding will be for the 1 minute. The second ding will be for 30 seconds. All right, and then we will end after that. Okay? So, Team Affirmative, cross-examination time.
Pleasant good afternoon once again. I'm Nkosi Coben. Sir, I need you to listen, comprehend, and answer my question. My first question to you is, sir, are you a part of a cashless institution? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Seeing that you attend this
No, wait,
noble
but before,
institution.
may I say my name as requested?
Seeing that you attend this noble institution, Cipriani College, this question requires a yes or no answer. Does this institution accept cash payments for semester fees?
Yes.
Right. So, seeing that you stand firm with yes as your answer, right? You have just fallen into the pit I've dug for you. Now here's a rope for your neck. Right? So, please assist us, right, with why are you and Cipriani standing here to prevent the population of Trinidad and Tobago from taking part in this cashless society?
Because you just said it there, Trinidad and Tobago, not only Cipriani. And so that means we must take into consideration the needs of them. We do not have the infrastructure. For example, we don't have internet or Wi-Fi in all places, right? So in terms of having these online payments, it's not convenient and it's not possible on a large scale. Also take into consideration a large portion of people are financially
let's move on to my next
excluded.
question. My next question to you, right? What empirical data do you have that clearly shows turning towards a cashless society will cause a disintegration in our economy?
A disintegration? Elaborate on what you mean, please.
No, what empirical data do you have that clearly shows turning towards a cashless society will cause a disintegration in our economy? Do you have empirical
I can tell
data?
you of a negative impact. If you look at the CSO
Do you have empirical data,
2023
sir? Sir, I want empirical data. Do you have empirical
Yes,
data?
I am quoting it right now if you'd allow me to
Study
answer.
by who?
All right. May I speak now?
Sir, you can speak.
All right. If one would reference the CSO 2023 Financial Inclusion Report, you would find that 25% of the population is unbanked. So when you move automatically, immediately right now into a cashless society, you will be excluding them and they will not be able to participate. You also have to consider the financial and computer literacy rate.
Sir, that's a valid tangent, but it doesn't answer my question. So let's move on to my next question, please.
Excluding people from the economy does not impact its disintegration.
So I'm moving on to my next question.
Go ahead.
Does a cash-based system cause governments and businesses millions in handling, printing, and managing currencies? Yes or no?
It costs them millions.
Right.
Cybersecurity.
Okay, cool. So seeing that it costs them millions, this is my question to you. Should governments and businesses continue to put themselves in expense, or should they turn towards a cashless society?
I would tell them that they should not do so prematurely.
No, should they? Sir, can
Could you allow me to answer the question so you don't have to repeat yourself?
Continue to put themselves in expense, or should they turn towards a cashless society?
We are for a hybrid system in moving towards less cash.
Moving on to my next question.
Immediately to a cashless society is
See,
not
now the
credible.
whole country are familiar with the Trinity Heights, where persons managed to rob 17 million TT dollars and $150 US. This is my question to you. We're turning towards a cashless society, reduce risk, cost for security, and cash in transit.
Sir, you are operating on a false premise.
Yes
Reference the
or no?
Central Bank
Sir,
website
could you
under
please answer my
FinTech,
question?
where it says illicit means.
Sir, could you please answer my question?
I am quoting the Central Bank for you, an authoritative source, unless you know more than the
Moving on to
Central
my
Bank.
next question, right? Do you believe in financial transition?
Transition?
Yes or no?
But that is
Right.
not what you propose.
Would you
Transition,
agree?
yes.
Would you agree if would you agree if I say Trinidad and Tobago must be transitioned in order to stay competitive in the global economy?
Thank you, Team Affirmative, for that cross. Rigorous stuff. I would like to invite cross-examination from the opposing team, Team Negative, at this time, please.
I am the cross examiner, Libet Philip, for Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies.
I'm Junior Barak, respondent for Team MSP.
My first question to you, Mr. Barrett. Please tell us the difference between a cashless society and a society that uses less cash.
It's more or less the same. A cashless society is a society that predominantly uses cashless transactions to carry out their daily transactions, predominantly.
So I would like that to be fact check for me, please. Next question, Mr. Barrett. Can you tell us which country in the world has converted to a fully cashless society?
Norway, 2% of their population uses cash. 2% of their population. So it's not a fully, as the definition I gave you earlier.
So you have not answered the question.
I
Next
said
question,
predominantly
please.
cash.
You have not
Predominantly
answered
cash
my
means
question.
Norway is one of the countries
Which
moving towards
economy
cashless.
then is stronger? Trinidad and Tobago or Sweden?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay, let me ask you the next question. Which economy is stronger? Trinidad and Tobago or Norway?
What is the essence of this question? We are talking about cashless here right now, not economies.
I would just like you to answer the question.
What you might ask is,
next question,
going
sir.
cashless will increase
Are you aware
our viability
that
and our
Sweden and Norway, the forerunners of transitioning to a cashless society, had to backpedal over cybersecurity fears? Yes or no?
Yes, I saw that in research.
Great. And do you remember last year when we had that situation with the TFTT data being breached on the 9th of October?
Yes, I remember the incident.
And do you think that citizens would have confidence and trust in a cashless society when our very own Prime Minister's personal data was breached?
Projects like these require an adaptive approach. No matter whether it's a cashless society or a cash society, criminals will find means to access these.
Can you please answer the question?
But I'm answering your question, sir. Where there's a will, there's a way, and individuals will
Is
find
our
means to access
legislative
these
framework
societies.
robust or adequate enough to support a cashless society? Yes or no?
Yes, we already have a lot of infrastructure in place supporting it. As you all said, we are already hybrid. So there's a
I
lot
would like
of
that to be fact checked as well.
A lot of infrastructure is in place. We have cards, we have credit cards. Have you ever made a purchase on Amazon, sir? Or are you living under a rock?
I am asking the question here. I am asking the question. How do you prepare to treat with citizens without access to online banking?
Individuals, we are living in the 21st century, you know, sir. So individuals, or those who are unbanked or underbanked, we encourage them to go cashless so in order for them to access social services, they have to be banked.
Please explain to us, who is an unbanked person?
An individual who doesn't have a bank account.
Do you agree that a cashless society means giving your constitutional right? Giving up your constitutional right. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Not at all.
Yes or no?
Individuals?
Sir, yes or no?
Not at all, but it's not black and
Thank
white.
you.
You're talking about a social issue
Thank
here.
you.
Social issues aren't black and white.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the appropriate time to clap. I'll just remind you, please, during the contributions, if you could just, I know it's an emotive time, and persons, of course, here to support. So at the end, we will then cheer on the responses, please. So, thank you to the both teams. You may applaud now. Great. I know it wells up in us. So at this point in time, we will take a short 3-minute break again to prepare for the teams to prepare their rebuttal at the end of the 3 minutes. Okay? So once again, a short break. Teams, you may prepare at this point in time. Thank you very much. The break has now ended. And in the next 4 minutes, each team will deliver their rebuttal. Just a reminder, once again, in the next 4 minutes, each team, one team will deliver in 4 minutes, another team will deliver in 4 minutes. Their rebuttal based on the debate so far. Audience? Gentle reminders. I'd like to invite Team Affirmative to deliver their rebuttal.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cipriani College, and I'm doing the rebuttal. First and foremost, I want to say that the whole concept of, you all know, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So the concept of going cashless is something that is going to be done on a phase-by-phase basis. It's not going to be something that is done overnight. Here we are advocating for something that is of fundamental importance going forward in terms of our economy and our world. The world is changing. Do we be left behind, or do we get on that train to progress? Are we about progress in words only, or are we implementing systems to keep our citizens up to par with the changing times? Team Cipriani, you all are a college for cooperative studies, financial progress and development, and yet you are here throwing your weight around against something that will change the very landscape of how Trinidad and Tobago handle things on a global scale. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned 25% of the population is unbanked, and that means 75% is doing pretty well. So that 75% has the responsibility to educate, influence, and push those who are unbanked into a perspective of becoming up to par and getting on board with economic inclusion, not exclusion. We are about education with a purpose. And if you all look at the way the government has changed by the COVID-19 pandemic, unfortunate as it was, it took a crisis to show us that we are an innovative and a creative people. We have the potential to do things with change. COVID-19 changed the landscape. In 2021, we had the Ministry of Transformational Change in terms of digitizing everything. They've implemented the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center, which is promoting digital literacy to all parts. So this concept of exclusion is nonsensical, and I debunk it, because since 2021 in the financial, and I want to quote it properly, because you all are fact-checking everything, right? So let's go to the fact that you all said that people are excluded and marginalized. In 2021, the National Digital Inclusion Survey said, according to the Telecommunications Authority, that a sizable portion of our country actually has improved access to internet and digital accessibility. There are internet hubs all over. The government is trying, but they can only do so much. And when persons like yourself continue to impose fear and resist change, change happens because we take that leap of faith and we do things differently. We need to be a game changer. It's bad enough that we have a reputation of a high crime rates with 600 plus murders. It's about time that we be a lead, a changer, a game changer, and a lead on our region for something different. And with our partnership with WePay, and I want to give you all that, the unified payment interface that India did, because India is similar to Trinidad and Tobago in terms of digital movement. They were able to implement a system, and it's going to happen. It's already happened. 2024, read the business section. I have the newspaper in my cell. I read it. And Trinidad is on part to development. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we need, development and progress to include the poor. That money that you all are speaking about, physical cash, it takes a lot of billions. Using that, we can interject it and change the system to be technologically advanced and redirect the funds in areas that are most needed. For example, schooling, eradicating poverty, health facilities. That is change. That is what cashless is all about. Imagine having to be able to access your funds. You have no physical cash. Wouldn't you like having online banking? It makes things easier, as opposed to having to spend billions or thousands to simply go to do a transaction. Cashless is the way to go. Forward ever, backward never.
Thank you very much. I'd like to invite Team Cipriani, Team Negative, to deliver their rebuttal.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Junior Barnett, and I would be doing the rebuttal for Cipriani team. Now, I was pleasantly feel as though I was on a dream based on the oratory skills that were displayed by those on the other side. However, I was dragged back into reality based on what they would have said, and I have been left to wonder as to the level of in-depth analysis that would have been done. They spoke about crime being reduced as a result of going cashless, but I wonder if they would have looked at the whole question of crime displacement theory, which states that when crime is stopped in one area, it migrates to another area. And there's ample example of that happening where, yes, you may have physical robberies being reduced, but you have a proliferation of cyber crimes being done on the net as we speak. When we look at the Financial Intelligence Unit, they would have done a recent survey that stated that there was an increase in what is called romance scam, where people online are now being made to feel that are being romanced online and being persuaded to deposit money into the accounts of those who are suitors on the internet. So that crime has migrated from one form to another, so that it's not that crime has been reduced, but that it has moved from one form to another, and that has been explained in the crime displacement theory. Now, they also spoke about convenience in terms of the transactions, online transactions. But I mean, we all live in Trinidad and Tobago, and we know what happens. Or recently, we would have had a blackout in Tobago. Sometime before, we would have had a blackout in Trinidad where a tree fell on a line. And when you have those resources, the inability to access those resources, what do you do in those situations? How do you go about transacting business when you don't have the facilities, the infrastructural facilities to do those things? What do you do? What is your fallback position? What is the contingency in place? Do we sit and twiddle our thumbs? We need to consider seriously what we are getting into. We spoke about the unbanked, but the very same report that was referred to, which was the Financial Inclusion Survey 2023, spoke about 25% of the population being unbanked. And of that 25%, 41% of that 25% did not have the wherewithal financially to create and maintain a bank account. What are we going to do for those persons? Are we going to give them subventions every month to have them subsist time after time, or are we going to allow them to develop their own businesses at their own rate so that they can do what is required of them? We also spoke about cybercrime and the cost of printed money and so on. But if we recall the conversation that the Minister of Digital Transformation would have had during his budget presentation, he alluded to the fact that cybercrime or cybersecurity cost could run into the millions or billions of dollars. So that whilst you might be saving on one end, you are having to spend a considerable amount on the other. I thank you.
Thank you both teams for the rebuttal. And I guess, audience, you are all too familiar with the routine by now, so we'll be taking, of course, yes. I have to be careful. Someone there want to take my job. A 3-minute break. Let me just, maintain my unique edge. 3-minute break now while each team prepares their conclusions. So thank you. Teams, your 3 minutes begin now. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, teams. All right, have a team member not too far. Okay. All right, washroom break, okay. Great. All right, so we are at the point where it culminates, and here, each team will be given 5 minutes to present their conclusion. Of course, on the topic, be it resolved, Trinidad and Tobago be converted to a cashless society. So first of all, I'd like to invite the affirmative team to deliver their conclusion. Team affirmative.
The great Socrates once stated, and I quote, "The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new," end quote. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 19th of September 2022, officers attached to the Adlai Security Service, Mr. Jeffrey Peters, Jerry Stewart, and Ms. Piola Batiste, were on a routine cash pickup of the day sales at Pennywise Supercenter, located in La Romaine, when bullet projectiles of 5.56 caliber rounds flying left, right, and center. Citizens scampering for safety. Chaos, mayhem, smoke cleared. 4 young men, 2 security officers dead, 1 critical, all for the mighty dollar. Just because somebody didn't want it to go cashless. We mentioned 4 of numerous traumatic experiences of being robbed and killed for cash. Team Cipriani dismisses this on the basis of cyber crimes, privacy issue, and security risks. Once, we would have been hesitant of adapting to technological advancement. But today, we are dependent on technology. Change, ladies and gentlemen, is the only constant in life. We, Team All-Stars, stands this afternoon to reaffirm that our country, Trinidad and Tobago, is already on its way of becoming a cashless society. Hence, the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center doesn't see cashless as removing cash altogether. But providing options and implementing infrastructure, strategies, and approaches that ensure smooth transition that catalyzes economic growth. However, it would be remiss of us not to mention that the government partners with agencies, telecom, and service providers to identify barriers to digitalization, enforce digital literacy, and improve accessibility. For example, long lines, disgruntled citizens waiting to pay property tax to be served by one cashier and a close-off time at 3 p.m. Moreover, the budget presentation 2024-2025, the Finance Minister, Honorable Colin Imbert, said, and I quote, "The rest of the world knows that cashless is the way to go for many reasons, including minimizing opportunities for theft, fraud, and providing opportunities and access to the unbanked." In keeping with the cashless society, Trinidad and Tobago already offers options such as cash, online payment, mobile wallet, and e-money, ensuring that no one is left behind. Judges, ultimately, it's about breaking traditional mindsets, eliminating fear, and instilling a sense of financial inclusion for all. Indulge me. Consider personal user security and payment technology are now linked to our personal electronic devices. That requires personal identification numbers, passwords, multi-factor authentication, not forgetting facial recognition, properly ensuring the safety of everyone. Worthy opponents, by law, the financial institution will be accountable for the loss of or incompetencies, especially with failure to protect your data or e-money. In going cashless, Trinidad and Tobago would be the leader in CARICOM. The central bank total cost of the printing of fiat notes and the minting of coins for the period of 2019-2020 was 98.46 million. Funds that can now be redirected in crucial areas such as educational and technological enhancement to maintain a functional digitized economy. Greater economic ties within our country and other regions will drive us to first world status into international market. Esteemed audience, we are a resourceful and innovative people. During the pandemic years, Trinidad and Tobago used interfaces to adapt and upgrade to restricted contact and businesses. Digital financial education is the way to go. Leadership comes with responsibility. Our actions or inactions affect not only us, but the broader region. In conclusion, remain with cash or end cash. The world is evolving, and it's time we get on board. We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that contribution and conclusion. Next, I'd like to invite Tim Cipriani to deliver the conclusion from the negative side.
Good evening, everyone. Please allow me to stand on the existing protocols. My name is Ria Samuel, and I will be closing. We, the opposing team, wish to reinforce our position and be vehemently against the motion that Trinidad and Tobago be converted to a cashless society. Our team proposes a hybrid system of less cash, and this is a more feasible solution of which we all support. We affirm that there are different forms of payment, and all of these are necessary. However, we strongly oppose that restriction of the different payment methods by transforming into a cashless society. For our introduction, we would have provided salient points from various researchers, Akinola, Satori, as well as other reputable organizations and credible institutions to make the distinction between a cashless society, where I'm defining where it is all payments are electronic, and a society that is simply of less cash. Your introducer, rebuttal, and closer erroneously defined a cashless society as primarily, or as you all said, predominantly, rather than exclusively cashless. Perhaps further research is needed, and probably a deeper interrogation of the issues are necessary. Also, your team, the rebuttal in particular, needed to be reminded that the actual moot we are presenting on today is that Trinidad and Tobago should be converted to a cashless society, not a phase-by-phase basis. Our thesis is centered around and grounded in 4 major tenets: the financial exclusion of vulnerable socioeconomic groups, the threats to cybersecurity, as well as the inadequate technological and legislative frameworks. The minimum wage earners, the socially displaced, the micro, small, and medium enterprises, the unbanked, individuals with connectivity and geographical issues, and those who struggle to survive in an economy and meet their everyday financial needs. These individuals face a significant digital divide when it comes to converting to a cashless society. Should we leave them behind? Should these vulnerable groups be financially excluded based on their socioeconomic status and circumstances? I think not. The affirmative team would have intimated the case of ease of use, convenience, and the speed of converting to a cashless society. However, it is clear to us on this side that they did not truly examine the issues, especially when it pertains to cyber attacks, crime, system failures, emergencies, as well as the exorbitant cost attached to converting and mitigating the associated risks of a cashless society. However, the introducer focused on fear-mongering. Our team dismantled their thesis on crime by highlighting issues regarding privacy, hacking, the threat of personal data and financial information being breached, as well as our discourse on transnational and white-collar crimes. Locally, legislation is also very problematic when it comes to a cashless society, and even the answerer alluded to it. Even the Honorable Minister of Digital Transformation had to acknowledge that cash is still a legal form of tender. No society, not Sweden, Norway, as well as those that my goodly colleagues would have postulated in their introduction and rebuttal, have successfully outlawed cash. We need proper legislative framework. Let us heed the advice of the UN and improve our regulations regarding this matter. And we support a hybrid society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Team Cipriani and audience, this brings an end to the formal part of the debate. Please, let's give both teams a lusty round of applause. Was it not really engaging and enticing? Yeah. And having been a part of these debates, particularly online, for the last 3 to 4 years, it's really good to have it back in person. There's a dynamic that you cannot escape from with these in-person, tete-a-tetes and the interrogation of the information. And having an audience also spices it up quite a bit. So thank you very much, everyone in the auditorium. On my agenda, next, I see a wise man, a Kurt wise man, is on the cards to bring some entertainment while we break from the formal part of this evening's proceedings. So I'd like to invite Kurt Wiseman. Is that the Wiseman?
Thank you so much.
Please, let's welcome him as he brings some entertainment to
Yes,
us.
keep it going, keep it going. You know, that is the first time somebody introduced me and I feel like I go in the principal office. I mean, oh gosh. Ole, keep it going, keep it going. Yes, yes, yes. So, this has been an experience. This is my first debate, and I'm telling you, Ole get me hooked to something. You understand? I didn't know, but now I find out. So, I want to introduce the lighter side of things. All right? So, Ole, bear with me. Music, please. So, Ole know storytelling. We know the song? Cipriani College, we know the song? Well, right, give me some energy, man. So for who know, please sing along. And for who don't know, please listen. Right? So you're going to learn something. Yes. I know some of you wouldn't believe me, but if I lie, ask me good friend Michi. It was a big lying competition to see who they will crown as lying champion. Liars from all parts of the West Indies. Big shot liars from all them foreign countries. From I feel about 1,000 or so entries in 2 days. He boiled down and leave just 3. I had me eye on liar the lion, because I know he does come with some good ones. But they had this younger fella named the Bo, come from some village there in Tobago. He say father is Tobago's best fisherman. He catch a fish a mile wide, 80 feet in span. He had to tighten the boat and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give him a hand. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie. You hear lie? Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Kawaii. It has some real characters out here, you know. Real characters, I mean, they say to some kind of shot is like eating fluorescent bulb, they bright. Liar, the liar, he laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Debo, say nothing yet. If you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Now listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit the spot. I was hoping you did, believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great, but it's them small fish my father does use for bait. Lion went ahead on points in the show, completely eliminated Mr. Debo. The next man to beat was Will the Outrageous. He asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked Lion. The Lion agreed. Said any topic Will pick is all right with me. He outrageous, I strong. Let we meet head on. And when we done, see who head fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie?
Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die.
Kawaii. These fellas so smart. You're living in the desert and they're trying to sell your son. You could tell me? I can't understand. All right. The outrageous say that he knew a tailor come to making suit. The man is a master. If you show him a man coming wrong a corner, he could make him a suit and don't even measure. I'm talking about suit, sitting down correct, expertly made and fitting perfect. He used to sell for Shakespeare, make suit for Hamlet, and up to this day he make a mistake. Yet you know the crowd went wild. They couldn't cool down. As a liar, the lion losing the crown. The judges brought the crowd back to order. Asked the lion to lie about a tailor. He said, my man is the best. Rolf is his name. Cutting cloth, making suit is his game. Don't show him the man, my tailor is class. Just show him the corner with the fella pass, and he gonna make a suit. That is tailor. You hear lie? King liar. Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Kawaii. So I want you, on all jokes aside, ladies and gents, this event has been an eye-opener, and I thank the powers that be, my commissioner, and the organizers here. Thank you for inviting me. Mr. Bruce, couldn't do it without you, right? Thank you so much. So we in, where, sir? I know here we're saying, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I couldn't do that. Tell a lie, you're going.
As soon as you die.
Hey, all in not easy. Yes, thank you so much. You're wonderful. I feel I'll get them one more. What, let's say one more? One more, all right. Well, let me change the vibes a little bit. Music, please. Please. What's going on here, boy? So I need all help here, right? All you singing with me, right? You all have to sing on me, you know? When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. I's the cocoa tea, you's the sugar. Together we are complete, darling. Heat me up. Only you alone could put fire back in my soul. Heat me up. And they're telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Soshi name. Y'all are coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night I'm dreaming. Miss Soshi. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside it's pouring rain. Just when I put on the fire, bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher, coming in closer. Make the thing catch a fire, all when it come, all over the counter. When nothing on the fire, girl, is your cocoa tea, I love. Me yell now. I barely could concentrate. I feel a sugar rush in my vein. When top it does make my day. I missing it when I'm gonna love how you heat me up. Only you alone could put fire back in my soul. Heat me up. And they're telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me is the more I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Oceanette, y'all are coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night I'm dreaming. Miss Oceanette, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, just put that thing on the fire. Bubbling you, bubbling you, bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing catch a fire. All on the come, all over the counter. Is the pot on the fire, girl? When's your cocoa tea, your love? Everybody, I'm feeling under the weather. You just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar. Together we are complete, darling. Heat me up. Only you alone could put fire back in my soul. Heat me up. And they're telling me I shouldn't leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me is the more I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Oceanette, when I'm coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night I'm dreaming. Miss Oceanette, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, just put that thing on the fire. Bubbling you, bubbling you, bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing catch a fire. All on the ground, all over the counter. With that pot on the fire, girl. Is your cocoa tea, your love? When I'm feeling under the weather, it's you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar. Together we are complete, darling. Thank you so much.
Let's say it for the wise man, man. The good old adage, wise men came from the east. Yeah, definitely a nice solid performance. Just to let you all know, my tailor's name is also Rolfia. You hear that? Great. Thank you so much. I mean, this has been a fantastic event thus far, and really want to thank you all. And a key part of this is to acknowledge the participation of both teams, even before we have the presentation of the results and, of course, the judges' comments. So I would like to invite Mrs. Lord. Are you in the auditorium? Okay, she's not here as yet. Commissioner Caraspe, I'd like to invite you to just present some certificates of participation for Team Cipriani, and then Ms. Lord for Team University of the Prisons. Yeah. I did this? Great.
Hi, pleasant evening to all. Protocols observed. I shall be calling the names of the Cipriani participants, and you will come to the middle of the stage. Ria Samuel. Marisha John. Salim John. Isaiah Hamid. Junior Barnett.
To the next one. Like Junior took a break. Yeah.
Lebert Philip.
Junior Barnett has just re-entered the auditorium.
And last but not least, Arnaldo Russell.
Thank you, Commissioner Crosby. Just before you leave the stage, the power of collaboration. At Colbert 1979, if you need the handle. All right, so next we would like to invite Mrs. Janice Johnson-Lord to deliver on behalf of the college to the University of the Prisons team.
Chantry Jabu.
Don't forget the certificates and the hug. Great.
Parshrat Maharaj. Junior Barak. Andy Leon. Terry Valentino. Kelly Phillip. Aldwin Stewart. Last but not least, Nkosi Horton. Congratulations and well done.
Yes, we have had a good show in here. Next on the agenda, we have comments from the judges. I would like to ask the technical team, I know we have some microphones on top, if you could have some microphones down to the judges so we don't have to displace them, so they can comment on the contributions made here by teams. Yes, we have some teams, not just to remind you all of the judges. We have the head judge, Ms. Sandra Bashir. We have Dr. Julia Alexander Sancho. We have Mr. Trevor Johnson, Ms. Denise Ferguson, Ms. Adriana Archer, and Mr. Michael Lucien. So, of course, I would invite Ms. Bashir. See, she's moving toward that microphone, our chief judge. Yeah, you're right there. To just present judges' comments. Please, the judges have also made this event very possible.
Welcome all. It has been quite an interesting debate. There were some inconsistencies that had me a little ruffled at the beginning, but we were soon able to iron those out. I think generally, looking at what was presented, both sides, some a little more emotional than others in terms of their presentations. In terms of the fact-finding, of course, there was always the question of who was presenting what on behalf of whom, and really at times some teams seemed more secure in terms of the presentation than the other team. I think altogether both teams, as someone said at the beginning, are winners. We can only have one overall winner, but you're both winners. That's why you're here today. And I want to say that this is the beginning of a greater kind of achievement for the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service as well as Cipriani College in terms of this debate process going forward. I will allow some of the other judges to make their comments, but I want to say generally well done to both teams.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bashir, and please forgive me, Ms. Duncan. Please forgive me.
You're not forgiven.
Not forgiven? We'll work on it.
Good evening, participants and audience. It was a very interesting debate between the both teams. We have to congratulate the teamwork that the people behind the scene did for you all. They have to be congratulated for this, putting this together, I think. That where the competition is concerned, people, it's a competition. And when someone should get up and speak out of term, you're supposed to like start timing from there.
Mm-hmm.
So you give the advantage of the other team now, who would now have the same amount when they're supposed to be more time for both of them, and then you have to get 1 year. So that's something that we have to look at, people. Okay, you get emotional and things like that, but this is what happens when you are in a competition. You have to be mindful. It's a competition and not just any thing, okay?
Great.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it would be remiss of me if I didn't congratulate both teams for such research. Some things that people may not have known, we get to learn here. And I think you all can only get better. And I just want to congratulate both teams on their contribution this afternoon.
Great. Thank you. And just to clear the air, 30 seconds was added for that interjection. You know, we believe in justice here, so it was added. You know, we were not clear on what happened at the point in time. You know, not that added to the other team, it was managed. You know, yes. So we made sure that all contributions were fairly received as well as delivered. Welcome.
Okay, good afternoon all. This afternoon, I just really want to congratulate all of you. The debate was really exceptional. You know, but what I want to tell the debaters, when you are there, make that eye contact and look at your body language. You know, that's what we are looking for, getting us with you, you know, but at the end of the day, it was beautiful, and I pray that you all go from strength to strength, and we can do this another time, okay? All the best, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. I must say that I thoroughly enjoyed this debate. Congrats to the All-Star team. Congrats to CCLCS. I actually liked how you all were able to look at this cashless society in terms of the crime situation, what could happen, what can't happen. I even heard some recommendations, you know, being made as to how we could actually protect ourselves from this, cyber attacks and so forth. So, you know, I was very pleased with what I heard here this evening. And I just want to say congratulations to the both teams. For me, I think it was very close. I think it was close. Yeah. I found it very close, and I just want to say well done to the both teams. Thanks much.
Check. Yes, I just want to indicate and add my congratulations to both teams. I thought this was a fairly challenging topic, and I think both teams took up the challenge, did some very good research, and I think your engagement on the whole was really extremely professional. Just one observation, I think there were a few participants who tended to depend a lot and looking down at their speaking notes a bit. And I think in terms of debate, so of course, that's all right, but I think for a few participants, there was a bit of over-reliance on looking down at your speaking notes. And you do need to engage the other side and engage the audience in it, so that, you know, you need to have a little more familiarity with your research or speaking notes. But other than that, excellent presentations on both sides, and congratulations to all.
Ms. Ferguson, anything from your side?
Not much more than my colleagues have already said. Really fantastic work here today. Learned a lot. Showed the passion, the enthusiasm, and really just want to say, keep at it. Good job.
Thank you very much. Judges, they have concluded deliberations. They are currently engaged in the tallying. So I invited Mrs. Janice Johnson-Lord, who has really taken the whole issue of debate and introduced it in a very practical manner here at the college through her courses and then by extension through partnership. So I would like to invite Mrs. Johnson-Lord to just share on it while we wait the results, and to continue to encourage you to provide support for these endeavors, which is part of a restorative process. And a lot of times, you know, not really mounting a soapbox, but a lot of times arguments are discouraged, but within the correct context and with the right amount of rigor, the outcomes can indeed be positive. And I really congratulate both teams for the conduct of themselves here this afternoon. So I'd just like to invite JJ Lord, as I call her, to just bring some remarks as well as comments on the participation. Miss Lord, where are you? Oh.
Good afternoon, everybody. They say obedience is better than sacrifice, all right? So therefore I obey. I do not have anything in my hand scripted. What I do have is my heart concerning students, their development, world's economy, the country. Having graduated at the tertiary level from the University of Prisons, I'm forever grateful to the prison service. I will never forget, and I will never miss an opportunity to say thank you to a number of persons here, in particular, Charmaine Johnson, who would have mentored me in. Mr. Carlos Carraspi, when I said I was tired and I wanted to stop studies, he said, no, Miss Lord, not as long as I hear, keep going. So, Mr. Carraspi, I thank you for my master's. I may miss out a few, but you know, when you're unprepared, your heart is what flows. Miss Beverly Mitchell, true friend, who trusted me early in my practice with her matter, and we brought home victory, so I appreciate. I also want to thank those persons who would have passed through my hands at the Trinidad College. I am so proud of you. I'm seeing you all here today, and it means a lot to me to see Vanessa Agard, Adana Peters-Waite, Balcon Griffith. I am happy to see that you all are taking the mantle to contribute to the work of the prison service the way you all are doing it. Continue going the way you all are going. I am heartened that I would have left that type of legacy behind. And I have not left the prison service for long. This year is only 8 years, but my heart is still there. I love you all because you all have done a lot for me. Cipriani College of Labor and Co-Operative Studies, of which I'm a graduate, and I'm now lecturing here, so my students are my pride and joy. Some of them are more qualified than I am. Elizabeth Ferguson, which is a student of mine that graduated recently. It's an honor to serve. I say very often that the cemetery is the richest place. So all that you know, try to leave it behind in somebody's hands. To the students who took up the challenge, having to balance terrible deadlines and have to deal with the exams that Ms. Lord said that you all find is too difficult. But I appreciate that you all did well on both sides, compromised your grades, some of you, but you took up the challenge to be here. Not that I'm making any excuse, but the University of Prisons, that's all they have to do, which is to prepare for debate. But I also, let me finish. So let me, wait for the wine. You want to wait for the wine? Now remember, you all would have heard Ms. Lord controversial, right? But I also want to say this to you all in all seriousness. Let your time in the prison and debating on issues develop you to approach national issues that will speak to your communities, that will speak to your homes, your families, and your colleagues. Let not this hype remain in the prison, and when you exit, you go off into the wilds. You are developing a skill. Go and teach. Go and share. Shastri, well, I've spoken to you before in terms of the gifting. Some of us see giftings from small, and some of us, we emerge into it. I want to encourage you all to embrace all of the experience that you would have acquired in the prison service, and do not allow anybody to shackle your heart, your mind, and your dreams. This is part of your walk. And for those of us who believe in the word, before God, before you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew you. And he knew this was going to be your pathway. And he's going to use every step of your journey to bring you into destiny. This is part of your walk. A man will see where you are, but God is seeing where he's taking you. Allow this experience here, not just as debaters, but as ex-inmates, because I'm seeing you in the X, I'm speaking it into your life, into the X, that you will never be ashamed of this part of your life, because this is what brought you. This is what, because heat is what will make strong metal and gold. This is part of your journey. We have prophets who were in prison. Yes, we had prophets who were in prison. There are persons who were born in palaces and they did not fulfill purpose. Do not allow the shackle of shame to cover you. Go forth, grow, and be victorious. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you, Mrs. Lord. All right, so the judge is pointing down to the end. So that means the results will be coming to the stage shortly. Ms. Bashir, you didn't want to present it? Did you want to present the results? Oh, the Italian. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, so while we have just a few moments with Italy, on behalf of my director, Dr. Andrew Vincent Henry, also we would like to just give you a preview into what's coming up in our upcoming year. Being a College of Labor and Cooperative Studies, the year 2025 has been designated as the International Year of Cooperatives by the United Nations. And in commemoration of that, the college usually hosts a forum, the Caribbean World of Work Forum, each year, each successive year, well, it's biannually, Treasurer, right? Biannually, every other year. So fortunately, this year, being the International Year of Cooperatives, we will be hosting that conference in the first week of May, from the 5th to the 9th of May, 2025, under the theme, The Future of Work, the Social and Solidarity Economy. So I know we would have received information, and you can look out for further updates as we invite you to participate, where we will continue to interrogate real issues, those which we began here today, and those which will impact the future of work 30 to 50 years into the future. Additionally, we are preparing for our Jubilee year. The college was established by a mandate in the year 1966. So in 2026, we will be celebrating our Jubilee year, 60 years in existence. And, you know, it's really a commemoration which will begin from the conference this year and lead us into 2026. We boast a number of persons who have passed through this esteemed institution. So we will use the opportunity to commemorate our successes and highlight our contribution to not only Trinidad and Tobago, but across the region. We really chide ourselves as an institution of social justice. So we look forward to presenting those pillars in the upcoming year as we commemorate the 60th anniversary, the Jubilee year of the college as well. All right, and that public service announcement brought to you by Cipriani College and Co-Operative Schools. I really fill in this space. I fill in this space so we can, finish the tally and present the results. All right, wise man, you have anything in the chamber still? You give me the cocoa tea, you give me the king liar. You don't have a young brother inside there? All right. Oh, yes. I was advised that, I'm lucky that I took up academia because they told me I don't have a future in comedy. So I'll stick to my strengths. Nice. Thank you to the AV team. Give me a song track. You know things good when the chief judge shaking her leg, yeah? Your work is completed, Ms. Bashir. It's clear, without a doubt. Okay, so in the vein of this evening's proceedings, we'll take a short, somebody say a short break. Intermission, they say, nah, that's not too long. We'll just take a 3 to 5 minutes interval while we receive those results. It's being tallied. Okay, so while we hold on, I'd like to invite 4 judges to the stage. Chief Judge, Ms. Sandra Bashir. I'd like to invite Dr. Julia Alexander Sancho to the stage as well. Mr. Michael Lucien and Ms. Lynette Duncan. While we wait, and I hope it's before the results, we just present them with some tokens of appreciation. So we just would like to, just before you present the results, I would start with Ms. Sandra Bashir to just receive a token of appreciation on behalf of the college and Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Great. Ms. Lynette Duncan. Thank you, Dr. Julia Alexander Sancho. And of course, Mr. Michael Lucien. Lucien. Thank you so much. So at this point in time, I turn the mic over to Ms. Bashir for the presentation of the results.
Good evening again and welcome everyone. This was not part of the exercise as I thought it would be. You know, the other part I liked very much, this one not so much. But I guess the job has to be done. So, the tally of the judges left 1 out of 2. Where should I start, 1 or 2 first? Okay. I was trying to see how to get around it. So in second place, with 530 points, the Cipriani College of Labor Co-Operative Studies. And in first place, with 500 and... I better start over before I call the winner. And in first place, with 580 points, would be the Affirmative Prison All-Star team. The individual points are still being tallied, but we knew that you all were all very excited to hear what the final results were. So, in order for me to ensure that I get home safely, I thought I'd do that part. So a pleasant evening, everyone, and good luck to both winners.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bashir. Isn't she a seasoned campaigner? Yeah. Definitely no stranger to presenting wonderful results. So, congratulations. Fantastic. We have had a great evening here. And of course, to bring the vote of thanks and to give you any further instructions, I'd like to invite one of the organizers and one of my lecturers, Ms. Marina Pierre, to just deliver the vote of thanks. And while she makes her way to the stage, I would like to say thank you for really being such a very accommodating and very encouraging audience. My name is Colin Bartholomew, and I thank you for allowing me to be your moderator here this afternoon. Thank you.
Blessed afternoon to you all. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, huh? All right, well, on this note, all protocols observed, and congratulations to the TTPRS All-Star team. All right, and we must give thanks for the other team, TTCLC. All right, job well done. So my task here today is the last thing on the program. All right? So we all happy? Yes? All right? So I will just start with a quote. Thankfulness begins with gratitude. And gratitude is the completeness of thankfulness. And no fact check required, right? All right, so I thank everyone for their participation to this successful event, to Commissioner Karaspi and the TTPRS contingent, to the CCL, CS staff, and the AV room. All right. Pastor Kelly, who is always answered to the call, our moderator, all who brought greetings, the debate teams, I'm thankful for you all as well, all right? Your coaches, all the other invitees. All the other invitees, all the family members present. Give yourself a round of applause as well. I want to express gratitude to persons who answer to the call and go beyond, all right, with regards to organizing everything. I also express gratefulness for the collaboration, all right, and adherence to our social responsibility as a unit, all right, and not separating it as a unit. So I thank you all for that. Some points stated. We heard going from manual, right, to electric vehicles. Great. We also have to add in from 1.0, the Industrial Revolution, to where we reach now, 5.0, artificial intelligence, AI. All right? It was really, really a contentious topic. A hot topic as it is called. And if we engage in social media, hot topics, right? So the hot topic, going cashless. So keywords that came out from the teams, an adaptive approach. Keyword. Another point, technological advancement. All right? Then, this is a question to all. Would we be left behind? All right? And these keywords and that one question is for you to ponder on as I bid traveling mercies to you all, a good night, and I say thank you. All right?
Just outside protocol, but we just like to invite you all for some refreshments right in the lobby area and downstairs outside the conference room. All right, so you just exit to the top of the auditorium, down the stairs, and as you exit, you will be guided accordingly. Reach home safely. Thank you very much again. Take care. God bless.